Offroad Odyssey. Where the road ends, the adventure begins.
What's up? I'm Alexa Score and welcome to Offroad Odyssey. We're just north of Payson, Arizona, cruising around in our custom Can-Am Defender build. We spent the week at Ride Now Peoria building this thing. Check it out. We're here at Ride Now Peoria, just outside of Phoenix. Ride Now has over 50 locations across the country, but these guys are hosting us for the build this week. And you gotta check this place out because it is huge.
They have tons of side-by-sides, a great selection of four-wheelers and dirt bikes. They have all things watercrafts. Plenty of merch from your favorite brands. And the biggest motorcycle selection I've ever seen.
All these machines, but this one right here, this is what we came here for. This is the Can-Am Defender. This is Can-Am's workhorse. Super versatile, super capable, but we're about to jazz it up a little bit. We want this thing to be the perfect machine for the weekend warrior. Let's hop in and drive it back to the shop. We made it to the shop. Quinn, how's
Alexa,
it going?
How are you? Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. We've got our stock machine here. What's the plan?
The plan is going to be great. We're going to take someone's weekend to the next level. We're going to go ahead and tear this thing down over the next couple hours, and we'll show you what we're going to do, and it'll be ready to go.
I like where your head's at. All right, let's get this thing hoisted up so we can tear it down. All right, Quinn, we've got our machine lifted up here. What is the first order of business?
The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get it wrapped. Wolf Designs is coming in to make a special design, a one-off design for this vehicle. The next owner of this vehicle is going to be excited to have it.
I love it, but here's the thing about wraps. They take a really, really long time. Doesn't matter how good you are. So we're going to make this easy on you. Check this wrap out. It looks so good. We've got this bright blue mountain scene, really inspired by the North Woods. This thing is going to stand out so well on the trail. I can't wait to see it up there in those pine trees. All right, now that we got this wrap on here, we're ready for some power tools. Chuck, you're gonna be helping with pretty much the whole build.
Yeah, I think we can get it done in a time-limited manner.
So the first thing we gotta do is tear some stuff off this. Remove some tires?
All right.
Let's do it. One tire. Got a lot of work to do. All right, Chuck, what are we working on right now?
So right now I'm doing the prep work so we can start getting the calipers hanging, A-arms off, and then that way we can start putting the new A-arms on and portals, and hopefully wheels shortly after that.
Cool, but just like a lot of tear down, kind of some tedious work here.
Oh
in this
yeah,
part.
we're totally tearing down pretty much to the frame and then getting it ready to put new A-arms on.
All right, we'll leave you to work. When we get back, we're building this thing back up.
Offroad Odyssey is brought to you by Onyx Off-Road, your #1 off-road mapping and navigation app. Aluma Trailers, for everything that gets you outdoors. Let Aluma Trailers get you there. Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply, your one-stop shop for all things DeWalt. Flow Fast, the ultimate portable fluid transfer system. Ride Now Power Sports, your adventure starts at ridenowpeoria.com.
Welcome back to Offroad Odyssey. We have parts all over the ground. We have completely torn apart our suspension A-arms, but I swear it's organized chaos. Our guy Chuck is on it. All right, Chuck, what's the next step?
So the next step is moving these bushings from the old A-arms into the new A-arms. And the only reason why we're reusing these is because they're still coming from a brand new car.
So you're putting these bushings on the Super ATV.
Correct, and because it is an option from Super ATV that you can get them supplied, it just makes it a little bit easier for us because it's a brand new car and we could just transfer them over.
Totally. It sounds a little bit time consuming though.
Oh, totally time consuming. Like, I wish there was an extra set of hands, but at the end of the day, we got to get it done and we can keep moving forward on this machine.
That's why you're the man, Chuck.
I try sometimes.
Get to it.
Oh yeah.
While Chuck's busy doing some of the tedious work, I'm gonna go hop in with Quinn and do a tour of the facility because this place is so massive. You ready to rip?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Up here on the left, you will see our used bike center, one of the largest used bike centers in the country.
Wow.
Pretty excited about that. Here's our Can-Am on-road display. As we turn left in the building, you'll see the Can-Am off-road section. We sell all models of all off-road Can-Ams. Over here to the left is going to be our Suzuki on-road display and our dirt display. As we roll on up into our Honda section, you can see all the Honda's ATVs, dual sports, and on-road, including their Honda Goldwing Touring. Some of the custom units that we build here at Ride Now Power Sports Peoria, including the one that we're doing currently with you.
Love it.
Here is our Can-Am display here in the middle of the showroom. And now we're getting into some fun, the watercraft section.
We love the watercraft section.
We have the switch boats, pontoon boats, jet skis from Kawasaki, Yamaha, and Sea-Doo. But then we're going to slide into the back, which is the warehouse, which is equally the size of what we've already toured.
Wow. How many square feet is this whole facility?
132,000 square feet.
Oh my God.
So what you're seeing here is we have to store our units in racking, which are 26 feet in height, to make sure that we have enough room for all the vehicles that we sell constantly.
So we need to talk volume. Like how many units are moving through this facility?
There's probably in excess of 1,000 at any given time. And as we come back, here we will find Chuck still working on our unit.
We made it full circle. All right, we've got Dan from Super ATV. You guys provided a bunch of cool parts for this build. Walk me through some of the stuff you guys sent out.
Yeah, really excited. We have the power flip front windshield there. Also have the rear sliding glass, nice rack on the back, Nerf bars, and the inner fender guard. One of the things that we're the most excited about is the portals, and I want to go a little more in depth in those. It's the proper way to do a lift. It allows you to tackle terrain that you normally wouldn't in a stock machine. So another nice thing about it is it takes the load off the drivetrain. You're putting the power to the wheel, so everything's going to the portal. So that really makes it easier on your transmission and things of that nature. And these are made bulletproof, so we have very few issues with any of them.
I know,
so this is where it's
They're bulletproof.
a little heavy, huh?
Yeah. For people that aren't familiar, tell me a little bit more about Super ATV and just kind of the product ranges that you guys are offering.
Yeah, so Super ATV, we're based out of Madison, Indiana, and a lot of people don't realize how big we are. We have, depending on the time, 350, 400 employees working there in Madison, Indiana. This is one of the fine products that we make there in Madison.
Sweet. Well, we're looking forward to see how they perform out there on the trail, but also, you know, We want to look cool.
Yeah.
I want to look cool, so I'm stoked. Thanks for sending the stuff out.
Yeah, you bet. Happy to see it and looking forward to this when it's done.
All right, still got a little bit of work to do. We've got most of our super ATV parts on the machine, and when we get back, we get this thing on the ground and finished up.
Offroad Odyssey is brought to you by Shock Therapy, your premier suspension tuning company. AMSOIL, protection you demand, performance you deserve. Flow Trailers, the only utility trailer in the sports car category. Moose Off-Road, on the gas since 1986. Fox Factory Vehicles, to enable a life of freedom, connection, and fulfillment.
Welcome back to Offroad Odyssey. Chuck's hard at work in the back here at Ride Now Peoria, turning our Can-Am Defender into the ultimate weekend warrior. Me, I'm hanging out on the sales floor and I'm about to do a little shopping. There's seriously so much inventory in here. A girl could shop for days and days and days and days. I've been wanting a bike so bad. There's nothing more tempting than all these bikes. Hundreds of bikes. Maybe this one's more appropriate. I wonder if they'll give me a deal. Host special? There's so much good stuff here. It's so good. I'm overwhelmed. Back in the shop, we should probably go do a little Chuck check-in. God, tell me what's happening right now. What do we got going on?
Right now we're bleeding brakes in and hopefully get this thing back down on the ground with some wheels and go for a ride after that.
Yeah. Can you explain to me what a brake bleed is?
So since we opened up the brake lines and relocated the calipers, we introduced air into the system.
Okay.
And so now what we have to do is get the air out of the system because that produces condensation and it produces spongy brakes, and spongy brakes is a terrible thing to have.
Okay, we don't want spongy brakes. The brake bleed will probably take like an hour. It's pretty slow, right?
Yeah, it's pretty slow. It's a little bit tedious. Sometimes you kind of have to put calipers in different angles to get the air out of the system itself. Yeah, it will take about an hour, hour and a half.
Let's get to it. All right, Gentry, you've been working behind the scenes on this build. I know you haven't got a lot of camera time, but now's your time to shine. Let's talk tires and wheels.
So tires and wheels on this machine, Valor Off-Road Beadlocks. This is their new Alpha tire. Great for all conditions. Anything you can put up against it, this tire will handle it.
And what size are we working with?
We're gonna do a 35 on this car.
Right on. Well, we got to get these on the machine so we can get this thing on the ground.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, the last thing we want to do is we want to check all the lug nuts, make sure they're nice and torqued so nothing comes apart. We'll give it one last check and we'll put this thing down and go for a ride.
We've got our wheels and tires on. This thing looks epic, super wide with the portals as well. And so I think it's time to get this thing on the ground. Chuck, send it down. No build is complete without a killer sound system. So we got to talk about the stereo. We've got Colby from UTV Stereo. Tell me about what you guys did for this machine.
So for this machine, we did a custom stereo, right? So in the front visor, we did 2 of our 6.5-inch signature speakers. In the rear, we did 2 more. Up here, driving it, we got our DMR 0 head unit. And then under the back seat, we had to add some bass, right? So we did our Flex 10 in our ported box with a 1005 amplifier.
Dang, okay, so they're gonna be able to hear us out there.
Oh, they will, yep.
And not only does it sound good, it looks pretty sick too.
It does, it does.
Cool, I can't wait to see this thing in action. She is finished. Our Weekend Warrior Can-Am Defender is complete. I drove this thing into the shop. Now I'm gonna drive it out. You guys, you gotta check this finished beast out, the Weekend Warrior. First of all, it just looks so good. Wolf Designs coming in with the custom wrap. Super ATV hooked it up with so much stuff for this build, including the A-arms, the portals, inner fender guard kit, and fender flares. They also sent out these Nerf bars. Inside, they sent out their premium flip glass powered windshield kit, plus their rear sliding glass window kit, and then this overbed rack for that super smooth ride. Shock therapy shocks, the best in this. And we cannot forget, inside we've got that UTV stereo ready to bump. This thing's gonna look so good on the trail. So many rad partners came together for this build, and it looks absolutely incredible. But when we get back, we're gonna see how it rides, because we're hitting the trails. Welcome back to Offroad Odyssey. We've been in the shop all week at Ride Now Peoria, working on this Can-Am Defender build, and it is looking so money. So we came up to Happy Jack area. We're just north of Payson, Arizona. Brought a couple machines with us, and now we're gonna hit the trail. How's she driving?
The driving is awesome. This thing handles well.
Super smooth ride. Those shocks, the portals, suspension doing its job. Pretty comfortable. All right, Quinn, it's done, but we got to talk about what you think of the build.
I thought the build was great. We put the car through its paces. We were in mud, we were in dirt, we were in high environment. We were at over 8,000 feet. The car managed well. Couldn't been any more proud of the team that built it, with Chuck and Gentry and everybody and the Ride Now team. Just a beautiful car.
Yeah, pretty smooth ride too, right?
I was really shocked by that with the portals and the extensions on the A-arms. I was really impressed with the ride.
And I know you're a music guy. What'd you think of the sound system?
Loved it. We got to listen to all sorts of music, classic music.
That's right, we were rocking out.
That's it.
Tell me about that little overlook that we saw.
That was beautiful. We got to see some of the places that we don't normally come up to. This is my first time here. It was beautiful. I recommend it to anyone that ever's gonna come up here to Happy Jack. Just beautiful. I really appreciate you bringing us up here.
What if someone wants that exact machine?
This car is actually for sale, so it'll be available tomorrow after it gets cleaned at Ride Now Power Sports in Peoria. So feel free to give a call and take a look. This car is for sale.
Cool, I love it. Hey, we rocked it. Good work out there.
We did good.
It's been a fun one. We'll catch you on our next Off-Road Odyssey.